Here's one dark manipulation tactic that men use on women to make them fall in love. First of all, I do not advise this. I do not advise this. I did not advise this.
I do not advise this.
There is no doubt that we know that men are the king of manipulators. They will manipulate you till you get confused and don't even know what you're doing anymore. I came across a particular video on TikTok the other day, and this video, the title was like, "Men, this is how you can manipulate women." Like they were actually teaching men how to manipulate women. You all, I came together with compilation because I was not so interested in the topic that I had to search for the topic, and I saw a lot of people talking about it. And what actually busted my head was there's this particular creator. He actually has a playlist on how to manipulate women. But then he came out to say, no, I'm not saying it's in the gender. I'm not saying men should manipulate women. I'm just saying generally how to manipulate people. It's not for the good, it's not for the bad, blah, blah, blah. But then. Let us go ahead and watch the TikTok compilation together. How men manipulate women to fall in love with them. Let's watch.
Here's one dark manipulation tactic that men use on women to make them fall in love. First of all, I do not advise this. I do not advise this. I did not advise this.
I do not advise this.
Nor do I encourage it. However, I am dropping this knowledge to you so you can be very aware and make sure that no one is doing this to you. They will purposefully talk about other attractive women in front of you. They will purposely point out how attractive that woman is who happens to be everything you're not. Influencing thoughts of not being good enough, in turn lowering self-esteem. But here's what they do. Shortly after they just get done fantasizing about this other woman right in front of you, they will in turn start showering you with compliments, just so they can tear you down, so they can be the one to build you back up. Pretty messed up, right? So make sure this isn't happening to you, and if you feel it is, then you didn't tell your man, hey, you better knock it off, or I'm out.
A sneaky way men manipulate women. Now, I call it the yes factor, and here's how it works. I get you to agree to a smaller request. For instance, I say, hey, would you pick me up something, bring it over to eat? Okay. Or let me borrow your Netflix login. I don't have Netflix, and you agree to it. Well, what's really happening is I'm actually setting you up for a larger request. Now, this works because when people agree to something, what it's really saying is this is in alignment with my value system, with my belief system. I agreed to do this, so you know what? I'll agree to do that. It's called the yes factor because all I need to do is get you to start saying yes. I need you to be aware of this, y'all, so that you don't go down the road of manipulation or someone else manipulating or misusing your kindness.
Manipulation tactics used on a healed individual. Now, this is method 5 and the first of the presidential trilogy, the Abraham Lincoln method. Now, you can use this method on someone who already suspects that you might be full of crap. This is all about them making compromises and trade-offs that they might not even know they're making. Use this for good and not evil. The first step is to use their love of honesty against them. And I don't just mean being really open and communicative. I mean be honest to the point where they're like, oh my gosh, why would they even say this to me? Like, what? Now, you really want to feel this person out because you don't want to be honest with them about the wrong things, right? Like, I had this girl tell me that she cheated before, and it's like, oh my gosh, why would you tell me that? Why wouldn't you just lie? Now, granted, it still worked, but that was because she was gorgeous, and I love, that gorgeous danger combo. But things you might not be that gorgeous, so it might not work for you, so don't try it. Options that may work for you include, hey, maybe you took your ex for granted. Maybe you stayed in a relationship longer than you should have. Maybe you're not looking for a relationship right now and you want to be honest with them about that. You can also do this about little things. Like if they have a favorite music artist that is not very good, tell them that artist is not very good. Say they want to make physical change to themselves that you want to be a fan of. Maybe she wants to dye her hair. Maybe this person wants to shave their head. Maybe this guy wants to get really big muscles and you're not a fan of that body type. Don't go out of your way to tell them that you want to be a fan, but don't lie to them and tell them that you'd approve. Simply kind of hang back a little bit, and this will give them the impression, oh, they don't really like that. And they might ask, and then you can admit to them, hey, I honestly wouldn't be a fan. What this does is give them the impression that you're a very blunt person who's not going to lie to them simply because lying isn't what you do. And people really appreciate honesty, and this will take you to the next step. Now you can start making statements where the implication is false, but the statement itself is accurate. What do I mean by this? I mean, you can tell someone, hey, I've never felt this way about someone before. And what they're going to think that means is you've never liked someone that much before. But really, it simply means they're just a unique person and they've elicited a unique feeling out of you. Now, if this person's smart or if they're neurodivergent, they're going to ask you what you mean by that. They're going to want you to explain. They're going to want you to define what you're saying. Now, at that point, you can lie because you've already established yourself as a truth teller. But the job is not finished. I have a question for you. How did Abraham Lincoln feel about people who were my color? Spoiler alert, he was not a fan at all. However, people don't bring that up because he signed the Emancipation Proclamation. People tend to focus on that, right? I just realized that I really Americanized this method. My bad. I'd like to apologize to the UK and all the other countries. Typical American, right? But anyways, but my point is that you can make grand gestures to make them forget about the little suspicious things that you're doing. If you take them on a genuinely really nice date, are they really going to be thinking about the fact that the day before you didn't really text them that much? If you buy them flowers, which is just a general act of kindness that both men and women can do, are they really going to be thinking about that weird detail they heard about your family earlier? If you pull up on them and surprise them with spontaneous acts of romantic gestures, are they really going to be thinking about the fact that they almost never know where you are? I really need to make sure you know that all genders can do all those things, and that's okay. But boom, here you are looking amazing, even though you're a scumbag, but they're none the wiser. They have no idea. They will never be able. There's always a lot of stuff on this app about, looking for signs of manipulation and, oh, here's how to tell if so-and-so is manipulating you. The thing you guys aren't realizing is you're not really going to know like that. Now, are there signs of manipulation? Yes, technically, but you only see those if someone's bad at it, like really bad at it. Because the whole point of manipulation is to make it seem like you're not manipulating somebody. Like if I tell you, oh my gosh, you mean so much to me, I would never do anything to hurt you. That's me love bombing you. But that's also something I would say to someone that I'm not love bombing. Like, are you really going to say that phrase is a red flag now since I said I use it occasionally when I am love bombing? Because I feel like that way you'll definitely miss out on some genuine people. And I know a lot of you want to say, oh, but love bombing is so extreme, it's always so much so soon. And I would say, that's true sometimes. Because what if I just waited until a time when love bombing seemed more like the appropriate way to act? I always say one of the most important things about manipulation, the art of manipulation, is timing, knowing when to pick your spots, knowing when to execute. And you guys thinking that you know these signs literally makes manipulation so much easier, because now I can literally just do the opposite of what those signs are to get what I want. Ergo, I'm still manipulating you. That's why when I make a video and people are in the comments like, oh, you're giving away my tricks, you're giving away my tricks. No, I'm not, because you can literally just counter, do the exact opposite. Like now it's really popular. People are trying to stop people who are gaslighting. So now you can literally do the opposite of gaslighting, which I think is still like a form of gaslighting. Like it's like, oh my gosh, it's all my fault. I'm so sorry. I shouldn't have done this. Just shitting on yourself basically. Is that too obvious too? You can literally just do neither / both. You can be like, look, I'm not blaming you, but when this happened, it made me feel like this. Like it's really that simple. Like, bro, if you know how people work, manipulation is not hard at all. It's literally it's like drinking water. So people be like, oh, that's too much effort, blah, blah, blah. No, it's literally the easiest thing in the world. The only time manipulation will ever give you problems is if you're bad at it. And it's very not hard to be not bad at it. You know what I'm saying? Even if someone who I was manipulating watches this video, I can literally just start obviously love bombing, obviously gaslighting, obviously personality mirroring. It would become even easier for me, because then I would be like, you really think if I was manipulating you, it would be this obvious? You think I wouldn't be hiding it from you? And then if they heard that part I just said, I could go back to being subtle again. It's literally a paradox, genuinely. And I know you're probably like, damn, this is a bleak ass video. Hell yeah, life is bleak as hell. You cannot trust anybody out here. And that's it's kind of beautiful if you think about it. You go through life not knowing what these other people are up to, and you can still choose to trust some of them anyways. And that's what makes the beauty of being trusted so wonderful, and that's what makes the beauty of trusting so beautiful. So manipulation tactics to use on a healed individual. Now this is method 8, and a big one, fake jealousy. Now, why would you want to do that? Jealousy is a net negative emotion. Well, the thing is, a lot of people act like the key to keeping someone on your roster or getting what you want out of someone is kind of to make them feel unwanted in a way. When I would argue a very important part is to make sure they feel wanted, however, not wanted enough sometimes. There was this one girl who would not believe I liked her no matter how hard I was love bombing, so I had to find a different way to speak her language. And one fateful day, she brought up another guy she was talking to, and did I care about the concept of her talking to somebody else? No, because I was talking to other people. But did I care about the fact that she brought it up to me? Yes, absolutely, because I'm like, what game is she trying to play now? So flatly, I lose my composure. I show a little bit of emotion. I'm gonna give you guys a raw reenactment. I was like, why would you tell me that? She was like, what? And I was like, you think I'm doing this with you? I will leave right now. And she's like, oh my gosh, are you serious? I was like, yes. It's embarrassing, I know. I try not to raise my voice like that at people, but she really forced my hand. But anyways, by that exchange, she couldn't discern what I was actually angry about. So she was like, oh my gosh, Bryce, I'm really sorry. I won't talk to him anymore. I didn't mean to, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I started to realize how much power I was wielding. And she never again questioned me on whether or not I liked her. So she either A, felt like she was in the doghouse, and or B, that jealousy gave her all the proof she needed that I liked her. And ever since I realized that, I've been cooking up this method, and I've been in the field testing it. And I realized that this method has worked on me before. Like one time there was this girl who I swore up and down didn't really like me like that. But then I found out she stopped being friends with one of her friends because one of her friends was like trying to talk to me or something. And then I was like, oh, this is real. Because after that, I was all over her, completely wrapped around her finger. Literally. I'm joking, or am I? But before you get too excited and start doing this to people, you have to know that there are parameters to it, especially if you're planning on using this on a healed individual. Like, don't tweak, okay? Just make it clear that you don't like the concept of them doing whatever with somebody else. However, don't be overbearing. Don't try to control them. This is very similar to the being fixable method, because when you come to them with your insecurities, if you can do it in a very healthy way, that will be very advantageous for you. A lot of people don't understand how advantageous it is to have someone genuinely believe that they have the social upper hand in a situation, because here is the version of you in their head, the version that you're making up. This is them, and this right here is the real you. A lot of people are too prideful to have someone else believe that they're above them, but my thing is, if you're lying to them, why does it matter? The best manipulators in the world do not care what other people think as long as it advances towards their goal. And the thing with fake jealousy is you get a massive get out of jail free card. Because now that they genuinely believe that you care, you can get away with a lot of stuff you couldn't have before. Like, you can go a few days without texting them. Come back and be like, sorry, I was really going through it. They're so much less likely to question that because of your display of emotions when you were being jealous. Look, some people got too many people on the roster and they genuinely don't care what those people are doing. Some people are genuinely nonchalant. Some people genuinely just couldn't care less about that sort of thing. This method is for those people because you will be punished if you don't show some fake jealousy at one point or another. People nowadays are super good at pretending to care about things that in reality they couldn't care less about. So why not make that thing your love interest? Why not make that thing something about your significant other? It's really important to make sure.
As usual, if you're still here, let me know your thoughts, your comments down in the comment section. You see this last dude, his particular video. See, his channel, as I said earlier, it has playlists, different ways to manipulate. Like, it's just so easy saying, like, you can tell that he has tested them with numerous women. You all, if you want to know more about the manipulation, I can't bring all the videos here on this page because there are a lot. Okay, so if you want to know more, you have to go to his TikTok account and check them out. So I'm going to put his TikTok name in the description box, or someone should just ask me, I'll tag his name in the comment section. And the crazy part is, when you know that there was a video he did that was like, when somebody already know that you are manipulating them, just do the opposite and you're still manipulating them. Then he go ahead to say he's not saying men should be manipulating women. Then what are you saying? Because most of these tricks and everything, you see some men go to the comment section, some men are like, yeah, I tried this, it worked, I did this, it worked. Women, we need to be careful out there because there are schools to go to for these men to manipulate us and get away with it. They have where they go to train on how to manipulate us. Yo, I don't know. Let me just know your thought down in the comment section. For me, I feel like even we women, we manipulate these men. Do you know? Do you know that we can manipulate them as well? While searching for how men manipulate women on the street of TikTok, I saw some videos on women saying how they manipulate men. If you all want to see the video, let me know down in the comment section. And again, I feel like Shara7 also, she's kind of, you know, telling us how to manipulate men, if you get what I mean. She will tell you act dumb, play dumb. She tells you some things on showing you how to really manipulate men. So yes, men are not the only one that manipulates women. We women we manipulate men with our full chest. But let me know your thoughts down in the comment section. Thank you all so much for sticking around to this point. My name is Marian David, and I'll see you all in my next video. Don't forget to like and share and subscribe, and kindly turn on the post notification bell so you can get notified every time I upload a new video like this one. And I'll see you all in my next video. Bye.